What is going on YouTube? It's Sankey and we are back with another one. Alright guys, so in this drop I'm coming at you with a play to load up on, but before I get the show on the road, I'd like to help out the channel by hitting that like button, and if you're new, join the movement by hitting that subscribe. So that wraps up another day in the markets. Now I'm always excited to kick off a fresh brand new week in the markets because come rain or shine it always presents its opportunities, whether that is where dollar cost averaging down on plays, grabbing new plays for the portfolio, or pivoting out of plays. The things we do to set ourselves up for success. Now I know it's testing out there for the growth plays today, but they held their ground and some good rebound action in their prices is on the horizon. Now as I say, in this drop I'm coming at you guys with a play to load up on, but before I get to that, I want to touch on a play that eclipsed the entire market today. You guys know what time it is. So we've got Ethereum. Now this one's seen a sensational move over the last couple of days, smashing through their all-time high today. Now, it was only a couple of weeks ago we saw crypto dipping across the board. I said to you guys, you want to dive in head first and pick yourself up some quality crypto. Now, I'm going to give you guys my 2 cents on this play and how we navigate with this one moving forward. Now, Ethereum is a crypto play I hold in high regard, just like Bitcoin. And this one I do think will climb to that 4,000 and the 5,000 mark. But, and this is the key, it won't be without its speed bumps. It'll be a volatile ride. Now, I've got a rule, guys, I want to share with you. I never jump into a play at its all-time high. That's across the board. And this is because 99% of the time you'll get a pullback in that price after it hits its all-time high. Now, we've seen that many times this year, and in the last couple of weeks alone with Bitcoin, when it moved up to 65,000, it came right back down to that 50,000 mark. With Dogecoin, when it moved up to 40 cents, it came back down to that 20 cent mark. So if you're just patient, you'll get better entry and that maximizes your returns. Now I know a lot of you guys, you're getting FOMO on this one. You're seeing it run up, you want to piggyback off that momentum, but if you just do what I do, apply that rule, never jump in at its all-time high, you'll make much better returns over the long term. Now what I'm looking for is a 10% pullback in the price of Ethereum, ideally below 3,000 before I re-pull the trigger on this play. Guys, in these markets, it's all about making strategic moves. And while this one was running up, I was looking for those plays that are on the cheap, getting ready for their run-ups. So I want to give you guys a heads up and how we're moving with this one going forward. Now let's jump into our main event. So onto the play to load up on, and that's High Tide, ticker symbol HITIF, coming in at $53. Now this is a play we've been rocking with for a while now, but I'm going to bring them back to retention. Now we like this play over here because of their aggressive growth moves and that focus management. Now there's very few plays out there that can match them in this level of consistency with these types of moves, and one of them is Grow Generation, and they're both from the same industries, and the industry is just set up well for these plays to continue climbing. Now as you can see guys, got 3,000 in the clip on this one, average price coming in at 53 cents. I want to let you guys know the plays that we got in the portfolio, the prices they're at, there's still a lot more value we can extract from them because the prices are low and their future growth potential isn't even factored in yet. So that's why I want to put this one on your radar to be loaded up on in the markets. So I'm going to let you guys in on something that I do. I like to see when it was the last time the play was trading at the current stock price and seeing what business moves they've made in the interim. So with regards to High Tide, the last time they were $53 was around the 3rd of February. Now, if the play in question hasn't made any obvious moves, then maybe they deserve to be the current price. But if that play has made those expansion moves, whether that's partnerships or acquisitions in the interim, you could be rest assured they are cooking up a storm to be delivered come their earnings day. And it's only a matter of time before you will see that stock price move. Now, talking about cooking up a storm, I want to share this with you guys. So today they've announced they're acquiring a company called Fab Nutrition, aka Fab CBD. So it's a big move for our play because not only does it add a chunk of revenue to their top line, but also they're acquiring a profitable business. So I urge you guys to read through this, soak up the intel, and it will hit home the direction in which this play is moving. As I say to you guys, we're interested in these business moves in the interim. So it wasn't long ago, they acquired a company called Smoke Cartel as well, and that expands them into the accessory side of the industry. Also, we know they've been opening up their retail outlets. I know they're near 90, they're en route to 100. So this is a play with big potential. And if you look at that stock price, doesn't reflect it, but we can just use that to our advantage by positioning ourselves in this play before that eventual run up. Now this play has been consolidating over the last 3 months, which is good. We want to see that stable price action again, showing that strong support. pretty much just below 60 cents, around 55 cents. So that's why I say good entry can be made now before the market stabilizes, the dust passes, and this play starts to make its climb. And this is a play I've still got my $1.20 price target on, given their valuation and their moves they've been making over the last couple of months. So if they can continue that momentum going forward, this one should be set to Friday windfall for the investors. I just couldn't pass up the opportunity of putting this one back on the family's radar. So if you've been rocking with the channel, you know what time it is. Now this question comes from Jason, says, could you talk a little bit about when and how to take profit? Also, how many shares should you sell when harvesting? Now this is a great question I want to share with you guys, because I want you all to be prepared on when and how to take profits from these plays, because they are going to start to make their climb, and I encourage you guys to take profit on the way up. Now before I jump into play, I've got my exit strategy laid out, and something that you guys should think about as well, because what it will allow you to do is when things get rough in these markets, you're going to remain composed because you've already got your strategy. You're not going to let things like fear start influencing your investing decisions. Also, it's going to ensure that you guys maximize your returns. Now for guidance, I say to you, we have our 3 profit taking checkpoints. That is when the play moves up 25%. Then when it moves up 50%, that's the second. Then when it moves up to 100%, that is the 3rd profit taking checkpoint for guidance. Now I'm just going to pull up an example, got Argo blockchain. This is a play that I've gone past 100% and I've taken profit along the way. So 25, 50 and 100%. So right now, return on this one is just under 60%, but Argo was 100% for me just a couple of weeks ago when they were trading above 200. Now at that point I took some profit out of the play, so you can see the importance of taking profit along the way, because these plays are going to be volatile and allows you guys to maximize the returns along the way. Now the same way we have our limit buys that automatically get us into the play, we can also set our limit sell orders on them, so we can automatically take profit once it hits one of our profit taking checkpoints. So for Argo blockchain, my next profit taking checkpoint is at 100%, and this will be at 240. So I'm gonna show you guys, you just hit sell, head over to limit, and for the limit price, just select 240. So once Argo gets to 240, it will automatically take some profit. Now for number of shares, I could just select half of my position. Now in terms of how much to sell out, that's up to you, but what I normally try and do is take out 50% of my original holding along the journey at least. So if I originally invested $1,000 into Argo, along the climb I want to take out 500. Now as long as the play remains one of my high or moderate conviction plays, then I try and leave some in the tank, whether that's 10%, 20% to run, because I want it to stay on my radar and I want to get exposed to that upside. So that wraps things up. If you'd like to help out the channel, do hit the like button, and if you're new, join the movement by hitting the subscribe. Now as we progress through the week, you guys know I'm turning up the heat to ensure you guys continue crushing these markets with me. So I'll catch you on the next one.